for Hitler to keep Stalin out of the war. Stalin's position was equally important to Britain and France, but they badly miscalculated how much freedom of maneuver that Stalin enjoyed between communism and Nazism would prevent any cooperation between Hitler and Stalin. It turned out they were very foolish. Germany and the Western Allies alike made a play for Stalin's support. Hitler was desperate and was willing to pay for Soviet cooperation. Britain and France, but upon their arrival, it became clear that they didn't have the authority to actually sign a deal. Stalin's generals were appalled to find that the military representatives weren't ready to discuss concrete plans. To add to the problem, Britain and France had abandoned Czechoslovakia and Munich rather than stand up to Germany. So it looked to Stalin as though what the British and the French were really aiming for was to stir up a war between Germany and the Soviet Union. Finally, the British and French had nothing concrete to offer in terms of goodies for Stalin. The Polish government, now trusting Stalin, would not agree even to allow Soviet troops to set foot on Polish soil ahead of German attack. It seemed to Stalin, probably correct, as the Britain and France were preparing to go to war to defend Poland, they were hardly in a position to give away Polish territory to the Soviet Union. And that's the kind of offer that would seriously offend Stalin. By contrast, Hitler was deadly serious. After the demise of Czechoslovakia, replacing it with one of Stalin's own closest associates, Vyacheslav Molotov. Why was that so important? In the 1930s, Litvinov had been Europe's foremost spokesman for collective security. He spoke excellent English, and his wife was British. In fact, Stalin still thought Litvinov could be useful and sent him as ambassador to the United States. But when Litvinov removed from the foreign ministry, Stalin was signaling that he was no longer so interested in coordinated international action to keep peace. Foreign minister was best known for being Stalin's closest lad. Although stubborn and a tenacious negotiator, he would carry out Stalin's orders. And so Molotov running Soviet foreign policy meant that Stalin was running Soviet foreign policy. On August 19th, the two countries signed a commercial treaty, which served as a signal that night. He and Molotov signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, also known as the German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact. Stalin was present for the signing, grinning broadly, and he drank toasts to him. This non-aggression pact had two parts, one open, the other secret. For Britain and France, the open part was bad enough. Germany and the Soviet Union pledged not to go to war with one another, or since fighting Hitler, were utterly crushed. The impact of this on popular opinion in Britain and France was huge, though it did produce some gallantry, greeting each other over the corpse of hope. Hitler tips his hat to Stalin and says, "The scum of the earth, I believe." Stalin responds with, "The German-Soviet pact was demoralizing to Britain and France. The secret section was worse." In it, Hitler and Stalin divided up Eastern Europe. Hitler agreed to grant the Soviet. Within a few weeks, the deal was modified slightly. Stalin got Lithuania in return for giving him something. As a result of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, 4 independent countries would be wiped off the map. This wasn't merely a non-aggression pact, but an alliance for mutual territorial gain. Food and oil from the Soviet Union, putting itself in an even better position to fight a war with Britain and France. The Soviet Union, in turn, received German machinery. Stalin's cooperation stopped looking like a big win for Soviet foreign policy and started looking like a major disaster. The deal with Hitler looked quite embarrassing. He denied the existence of the secret section of the Molotov. The open section was impossible to deny, but it was explained away as giving the Soviet Union valuable time to prepare for eventual war against Hitler. By comparison, the Soviets declared that the secret part, cynically drawing lines on a map with Hitler to erase countries from the face of the earth, was a complete fabrication. They continued this even when microfilm copies of the document showed up in German records. Owen finally admitted to its secret deal. while still enjoying good, dry weather to maximize the effectiveness of his tanks and aircraft. He also wanted to move quickly to minimize the economic burden on Germany of keeping troops in full readiness for an extended time. November 1st, 1939, German troops crossed the Polish border. The Second World War had begun. Hitler had hoped to start the war 5 days earlier, but his ally, Benito Mussolini of Italy, was not ready. Although momentarily spooked, time would not allow for a delay. On August 31st, police pulled criminals from German prisons, dressed them in Polish military uniforms, dragged them to a German radio station on the Polish border, and staged an attack. After a short broadcast in Polish, the criminals were summarily shot, and their corpses put on display for journalists as evidence of Polish aggression. The next day, the German army was in war, still different. For 2 days, they explored peace conferences and compromises before finally, on September 3rd, declaring war on the British Parliament. Then, everything I have worked for, everything that I have hoped for, everything that I have believed in during my public life has crashed to their knees. It wasn't the most inspiring message with which to lead the British people into war. Most British citizens took news of the war with resigned acceptance. And it seemed for months that the most low, dishonest decade saw, perhaps, in the glimmer of hope that the just cause might prevail. There was no euphoria in Germany. It had been only 20 years since Germany defeated the First World War, so every German family understood the terrible suffering of it. There had been at least some hope that Poland might resist the Germans long enough to shame Britain and France into could potentially have caused serious problems for the Germans. Hitler. The two sides were almost even in manpower, with Poland almost matching Germany's 1.5 million. While Poland had substantial numbers of ethnic minorities who resented their second-class status, nationalist sentiment and desire to fight well into the war. So there was nothing particularly unusual about Poland's time, while cavalry sometimes wound up fighting tanks. Those were isolated incidents arising from the confusion of the battlefield. No one expected men and horses yet. While the German invaders had put most of western Poland under centralized control, it now retreated into eastern Poland to continue the resistance. Simultaneously, all such hopes were crushed on September 17th, when Stalin's Red Army invaded Poland from the east. So the Soviet army advanced east. Now, the Polish government decided not to actively resist the Soviets, though some individual units did. The Soviet invasion ended all hope of successful continued resistance, evacuating the country. And some individual military units and soldiers did manage to escape across a border, and eventually alone. Most Polish fighting forces became captive, Soviets or the Germans. Others did make it to Allied territory to continue the fight against Nazi Germany as part of the British war effort. And now question, since Britain and the Union had invaded Poland, the British alliance treaty with Poland had specified that Britain would help to defend Poland against Germany. There was a limit to what British military power was capable of doing. The British and French could only watch while the last organized Polish resistance was wiped out by early October. The Second World War would become characterized by astonishing levels of savagery from all sides. Polish violence against Germans was not possible. It was on a vastly smaller scale. Deliberate, systematic violence directed against the Germans. Well, these were the Einsatzgruppen, or special purpose groups designed to follow behind the advancing German army. Social elites of any kind, businessmen, intellectuals, teachers, priests, military officers, were deported en masse from Poland. The lucky ones, well over 1 million, ended up in exile deep inside the Soviet Union. The unlucky ones, including tens of thousands of members, they might become the nucleus of some future resistance to communism. And so, in the spring and summer of 1940, Stalin ordered them to be shot in the Katyn forest in western Russia. Stalin intended for this crime to remain a secret, but when the terrified that the Polish prisoners had been executed in cold blood while they were in Soviet hands, the Soviet government denied this crime until, as communism finally came apart, the paper trail of the execution saw the light of day, and Soviet guilt could no longer be denied. British and French reluctance to confront him meant that even once the fighting began, the result was a phenomenon known as the phony war, a time of passive waiting while Germany prepared for its next move. Attack Poland, leaving its western frontier thinly defended. What if the British and French had moved in force into the Rhine? They might have made some serious gains in a war against Britain's worldwide resources, and might have been moved to take Hitler out of power. As it was, British and French actions were brief and symbolic. France moved a few miles across the border in the Saar region and halted. Neither cut German targets for fear of retaliation. This fear was quite overblown, because German aviation was